Hello and welcome on Vivek's Viewpoint. This is Vivek, and today I'm going to talk about a very vital topic in regard of current geopolitics, which is India-US relations. Once I said in my previous video that relations are made on some basis, in which I describe money as the basis of relations. But here in geopolitics, there is one very famous phrase in geopolitics, which is there is no permanent friends and no permanent enemies. Only and only there are permanent interests of the countries in the today's world. So, in this regard, I'm going to describe India-US relations. I will describe it in four phases: phase one, phase two, and phase three, phase four, like that. So, today we are going to describe the India-US relations from independence to the 50% tariff as a punishment of buying the Russian crude oil by the President Donald J. Trump. So now on phase one, we are going to describe about the Cold War distance. Because as we know very well, after the Second World War, there is a Cold War between the Soviet Union and the United States of America. In the Cold War time, under the prime ministership of Jawaharlal Nehru, India adopted a policy of non-alignment, that we are not going to discuss, we are not going to sit with the USSR or with the America, because we are going to describe our independent foreign policy. But the US is militarily and economically supplying aid and the military equipments to Pakistan, which describe that initially after the independence, to counter the USSR, Pakistan is in the field of America, the United States. After that, as you are very aware of it, that in 1962 there is a Indo-China war, in which America helped India in a very limited aid, because America also want to counter the China at that point of time. I hope that you are aware of it, that in 1971 India made the history. India created a new country which now known as the Bangladesh. Earlier it known as East Pakistan. At that point of time, the America is totally against with India and the USSR is with us. The America sent the 7th Fleet to Indian Ocean to counter India, what India is doing at that time in Bangladesh. To counter the America, USSR sends nuclear submarines and his naval fleet to Indian Ocean to counter America. And at that point of time, USSR helped India. Now we are here on phase two, in which we describe the economic reforms and the re-engagement with the US. After 1991, there is a breakdown of USSR into 15 countries. I hope you know very well about the 15 countries. After the breakdown of USSR, there is an economic crisis in India, due to which we had to deposit our gold to the US, because at that point of time we didn't have the adequate amount of foreign currencies. So because of that, India introduced the LPG reforms: liberalization, privatization, and globalization, in which there are foreign companies which are going to come to India and invest in India and take the market of India. After the opening of Indian market, the US welcomes India moves, and there is a clear sign of improving ties between US and the India. But it didn't last long, because in 1998, India conducted its second nuclear test in the Pokhran ranges without informing the United States of America at that point of time. Due to the frustration of nuclear test by India without getting known to the United States of America, with having a very intelligent spying agency, CIA, the USA got frustrated again and imposed a lots of sanctions to India. There is a technology ban and there are other sanctions on India to rattle the economy of India and to destroy the market of India. In the next year, there is Kargil War. In 1999, India faced a war with Pakistan because the Pakistan get entered in our territory, in which at the tense situation, India faced a lot of challenges. One was the GPS system because at that point of time, our leadership requested America to get the locations of those terrorists which are hiding at the top of the roofs of Kargil, because it is very difficult to get the know to get to know the to get to know the locations at the hilltop. We requested America to get the GPS technology, but America denied it. After that, we realized that America is not a trustworthy friend. It is only a mistrust between India and the America. After the nuclear test in India, there is a government change in India because after the BJP, there is a UPA government in India led by Congress. In 2000, after 2000, there is a visit by US President George W. Bush to India. After that, there is a civil nuclear deal between India and US, which leads to the slowly progress in the India-US relations. After the 2000 to 2020, in between 20 years, there is a slowly trustworthy relations between India and US. So now we are on phase third. In phase third, we are going to discuss about global challenges and the friction. As we are very aware of it, that in the first term of President Donald J. Trump, there is a chemistry between our Prime Minister Modi and the President of America, Donald Trump. And we are very aware of it that they had a very strong chemistry in between them. But after the 2020, there is shift in geopolitics. As we are very aware of it that in 2022, there is a Russia-Ukraine war started, and in 7 October 2023, there is Iran and Israel war. As we are very aware of it, what Hamas do and what Israel do as the repercussion of it in the Hamas and Israel war. So, in this year 2025, President Donald Trump take oath as President of United States of America again in January. After that, as we are very aware of it, that there is a terrorist attack in Pahalgam, Jammu and Kashmir, in which our innocent civilians were killed by the Pakistani terrorists. After that, India conducted its right to take the revenge back, and we done Operation Sindoor. Okay. After that, there is a credit war. President Donald Trump said that I mediated the war between India and Pakistan using tariff as a tool. But India refused to it. But Pakistan accepted because there is a secret deal between President Donald Trump's family and the Pakistan government about cryptocurrency. India refused any mediation by third party and said that India-Pakistan war stopped between the two countries. There is no mediation between the United States and any other country in the world. Donald Trump takes it on ego and put 25% reciprocal tariffs on India. He used tariff tools to stop the war and imposed sanctions on India as tariffs, 25% tariffs on India. As things going on, as we trying to settle the trade with United States, but there is a lots of things in the trade. USA wants India to open its agriculture and dairy market, which is not possible to us to open our dairy and agriculture market. But America wants India to open its dairy and agriculture market. His administration minister said that India should have to open its market, but India refused to it because there is a danger for Indian farmers when we open our markets in regard of agriculture, due to which he takes it on ego and put an additional 25% tariffs to India as a punishment of buying Russian crude oil. But there is a hypocrisy of America that China, Turkey, European Union, and instead all other countries, USA imports uranium products from Russia. But they sanction only India because Trump takes it on ego that either open his market or nominate me as a peace president of the world. But India refused to it. Now let's come to the conclusion. In a very simple and easy way, I can say that America is not a trustworthy friend or partner as USSR was or Russia is. As we are very aware of it, from our independence to till now 2025, the USSR and right now Russia, we have a historical bond between our two countries. But in regard of America, we are never going to trust America as we do in Russia because America not want America do not want India to rise as a superpower because if India will rise as a superpower, then it will pose a serious threat to American hegemony because right now China have more the second largest economy in the world and which poses a serious threat to United States of America as economically or militarily both. That's why in the conclusion, America is not going to trust in future. We are going to enhance the relationship between India and United States of America in regard of technology, in regard of equipments, military equipments, or in various sectors in regard of energy, other various sectors are there. So the conclusion is that we should have to be independent and be the superpower and be a developed nation. Thank you very much.